Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk. That's a new blog address for me. Today we're coming in with a lovely little Ferrero Rucksack. Perfect for teacher gifts at this time of year because you could actually put anything in there, and you'll just see it literally just holds 2 Ferrero in front, and then the front is just closed over using the classic label punch and our pretty label punch to decorate, along with the lovely Daisy DSP. So I'm using Calypso Coral, which fits in with the colours perfectly, and it doesn't use very much, just uses a single sheet of A4 cardstock, and that's either UK or US cardstock. And you need a piece that is 21 by 26 centimetres. That's 10¼ by 8¼ and you're going to come in and you're going to score the short edge at 7 centimetres, which is 2¾ inches, and at 14, which is 5½ inches. Then you're going to turn it, and on the long edge you're going to score again at 7 centimetres, that's 2¾ inches, and at 11 centimetres, which is 4¼ because that's for our base there. So that's all of our scoring in the total ones. We're going to do another score just to the top and the bottom of the lines at 18 centimetres, which is just 7 1/8. So at 18, just come down and score from the top to the first score line and from the bottom up to the score line as well. That's going to help you with your trimming away as well. And on this narrow section, you're just going to mark the midpoint as well. If you look, that is actually 4 centimetres. And so we're going to mark at 9 centimetres and score down almost to the bottom, and the same almost to the top. So in inches, that's at 3½. So you're going to end up with a piece of card here that's got these little score lines and the rest of it. Okay. So what I recommend you do next is fold and burnish those main score lines. I'm just using my bone folder to do that. But with these ones, obviously you can't burnish them because they're not all the way across. What you're going to do is trim away this section here. I've cut that really wonky. Oh dear. I will correct that in a moment. There we go. So trim away that slightly larger square either side of those part score lines. So I'm just going to come down and just trim that. There we go, like so. Now, once you've cut that, you'll have a piece of card that looks like this. And what you're going to do is actually come in and just trim at about 1 centimetre, about ½ inch down to there. And same again here. I'm going to trim down either side and notch that out. Okay, so do the same on the opposite side. So you'll end up with a piece like this. There's our part score lines. Then you're going to do the same on this piece here, because these are going to be our tabs to join our rucksack together. This is going to be the front and the top, and these are going to be, these narrow parts are the side. Need. again, just about a centimetre. You could come in with a ruler if you wanted to, but because they're going to be hidden away, I wouldn't worry about it. Notch and notch. So keep all your scraps, because those are some reasonable pieces there. So there you go, that's our basic one. And with these part scores, I'm actually going to fold them in on themselves, like so. So all that remains now is for us to decorate and construct. So to decorate, for the front of the box, you're going to need a piece that's 6.5 by 6.5 centimetres, which is 2.5 by 2.5. And if I can find my fuse, sorry, my snail rather. I'm using snail for this because it's obviously just paper to card. Then you need a second strip, and before we stick this on, we're going to trim both this section here and this one into our point. So if you get a ruler and a pencil, and what I'm going to do is actually mark on the reverse, and I'll use a pen to hopefully make it a little bit clearer. On the DSP, come in 2.5 centimetres from either side, that's 1 inch, and mark the midpoint on here, so that's about 3.25, so literally there. And then you're going to, if you just draw a point, then you're going to come and trim that as well. So you'll end up with a piece like this, and then just come in with your scissors and trim that away. Obviously you could do that on your trimmer if you wanted to, if you're confident with your trimmer. It's quite easy to do. So that's our point. So we need to make a corresponding point on this one here. Again, I'm going to do it on the reverse. And actually on this one you're going to mark at 3 centimetres. So again, 3 centimetres top and bottom. Perhaps if you do it actually at the bottom. There you go, like so. And again, mark at the middle, so that's easy on this one. Because it's 7 centimetres, it's going to be at 3.5. And then again, just join those together. And then trim. And when you put that together, you've then got a nice little, and I've deliberately done that so there's actually a slightly more shaping to it. So what you're going to do now is adhere that DSP to the front of the card, and what I want you to do now is come in and shape that big piece of card using your bone folder, because that's going to help it curl over and hold its shape once we've constructed the box. And now what you need to do is, I'm going to come in with fuse. I would usually probably use a wet glue on this and hold it in place, but for speed I'm going to use my fuse. And the reason I say that is because it's got a bend in it, it actually makes it quite a strong kind of piece of card. So just fold those 4 up. And the last one, tuck that in, just lining up the edges there. Squeeze that in, and that's our little box. So again, using one of those scraps that we kept from earlier, just cut a little bar. And then I'm using some of the mini dimensionals that we've got here, because those just fit perfectly on the end there. Like so. And then you come in and pop those literally, they're so sticky, so push it in place and come as far up as you can. There we go. And just do a gentle squeeze at the top. You don't want to force a crease, but you just want it to sit slightly more square. Then all that's left to do is to make the little handles. So for that you'll need some just little scraps of card, and for this one it's 1 by 6.5 centimetres, which is 2.5 by 3/8. So I'm just curling that with my bone folder and then folding it back on itself to create little handles. I'll just put a little bit of adhesive on the top there. So pop that in the middle on the top. Just needs a little squeeze. Like so. And then our long handles are again 1 centimetre, so 3/8 of an inch by 11 centimetres, so about 4 1/4. So again, curve both of those like so, and then you're going to put some glue on that because that on that edge, and that's going to go on the back roughly in the middle like so, at an angle. And then once they're in place, if you hold them like this and then bring them down to the bottom corner to create our little rucksack. So those are our little handles. All you need now is to pop in a couple of Ferrero. It is a snug fit, but they do fit as you saw from my original one. Or obviously you could put in any other teacher gift that you wanted to. They would fit the Ritter Sport quite nicely, or other chocolate treats, or a little piece of jewellery maybe. There's our basic box, and then all that remains to do is to do our stamping. So I'm using Calypso Coral and the Label Me Pretty stamp set, which is this one here, which has got some beautiful stamps on it. So I'm just going to use Label Me Pretty on some very vanilla this time, so it's nice and soft. And I'm going to do the sentiment. Best. And this is the 1 1/4 inch punch. And then again with our scraps, just come in with the 1 3/8 punch layer. Just checking that was the size I used. My fuse is to hand, so I'll just use that. You obviously only need to use snail. So I put that on top. I'm going to use just an ordinary piece of dimensional, or a dimensional, to layer that onto there. And then again I'm just going to pop, I've got some leftover dimensional here, so pop that on the top there. And then what you do is you pop it in, pop your label on the front with whatever you want to say, and lo and behold, you've got a double Ferrero rucksack ready to gift. I hope you've enjoyed watching that. Don't forget to subscribe to my blog and to my YouTube channel to get updates on future projects. And if you want any of the items I've demonstrated today, please go to my online shop, heidismith.stampinup.net, and follow the instructions to order online. If you need any help, please give me a call. Bye for now.